Welcome. In this explainer, we are jumping right into Module 6. We're going to explore how organizations like yours can go way beyond just surface-level engagement and start building real, true economic partnerships with Indigenous nations. We'll cover everything from smart procurement all the way to the ultimate goal, supporting economic sovereignty. Okay, let's start with the question that really gets to the heart of the matter. You've got to ask yourself, are we just signing a simple contract to get a project done, or are we actually trying to build a shared future? Seriously, the answer to that question changes absolutely everything about how you approach this work. So on one side, you have the old way of doing things, the transactional relationship. It's pretty simple, it's short-term, very limited. But the real goal of economic reconciliation is to shift all the way over to the other side, towards an equitable partnership. And that means shared ownership, shared risk, and most importantly, shared benefit. It's just a much deeper, way more meaningful commitment. To build these powerful partnerships, we have to start with the right foundation. It's absolutely critical. And that foundation is built on really understanding the huge difference between the idea of equality and the concept of equity. So, what are we really talking about when we say equitable partnership? Well, think of it as a relationship that's specifically designed from the ground up to make sure Indigenous nations get direct financial benefits from any projects on their territories. But it's so much more than just money. It's also about having a real seat at the table through governance input and building up the community's capacity for the long term. It's all about mutual, lasting success. And this right here is such a perfect way to see the difference in action. Equality is treating everyone exactly the same. So, for example, applying the exact same strict bonding requirements to a massive multinational corporation and a small local Indigenous business. Equity, on the other hand, is smarter. It recognizes that, hey, systemic barriers exist. It means adjusting those requirements so that smaller businesses actually have a fair shot to compete and to succeed. See the difference? Okay, so once we've got that foundation of equity in place, what's next? Well, we start using one of the most practical and powerful tools you have, strategic Indigenous procurement. This is where you literally turn your organization's everyday spending into a powerful engine for change. And let's be clear, this isn't just about doing the right thing, though it is. There is a rock-solid business case for this. When you engage with Indigenous suppliers, you can make your supply chain way more resilient. It strengthens your social license to operate, and you know what? It can drive incredible innovation, especially when you start incorporating traditional ecological knowledge or tech. Now, what I love about this is that it's basically a practical playbook. It lays out the common hurdles you'll face inside your own organization and then gives you direct, actionable things you can do. Like struggling with feasibility, use certification bodies like the CCAB. Facing high financial barriers that are shutting people out, well, you can waive bonding requirements for smaller suppliers or offer prompt payment terms. It's all about actively, intentionally removing those hurdles. All right, so you've got your procurement strategy humming along. Now what? Well, now you can take that relationship to a whole other level. This is where we get into forging those formal, lasting partnerships through agreements like impact and benefit agreements. An IBA is a really serious commitment. It's a private, legally binding contract that's negotiated directly between a company and an Indigenous nation. You can think of it as the formal blueprint for your partnership, making sure that the benefits that flow to the community are clearly spelled out, guaranteed, and designed to last. And a really strong IBA, it covers the whole shebang. It isn't just about a single payment. It covers the full spectrum of a project's impact. Everything from financial benefits and revenue sharing to setting firm targets for local employment and training. It also includes guarantees for local procurement and, this is crucial, provisions for environmental oversight and the protection of culture. This quote is just so powerful because it completely reframes the entire conversation. Revenue sharing should never be seen as just an expense on a balance sheet. It is a direct investment in a nation's self-determination. It is the capital that funds housing, infrastructure, healthcare, education. These are the absolute building blocks of a thriving, resilient nation. So you can see how all these pieces, the equitable partnerships, the smart procurement, the strong agreements, they're all building towards something much bigger. They're all leading to one ultimate goal: supporting and fostering Indigenous economic sovereignty. And economic sovereignty is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's the inherent right of Indigenous nations to control their own economic destiny. It's about creating their own sources of revenue, so that communities can build the future they envision for themselves, on their own terms, independent of federal funding cycles. To really support this, there has to be a huge mindset shift. We have to move away from the old idea of charity, which honestly can just create dependency, and move towards genuine capacity building. And that means investing in things that create real, lasting value. Things like Indigenous-led business incubators, partnering to de-risk loans for entrepreneurs, or co-investing in critical infrastructure. And a true partnership also means recognizing that innovation comes in so many forms. It means investing in sustainable tech that's actually guided by traditional ecological knowledge. It means supporting amazing cultural tourism ventures that protect and share culture while creating good jobs. It's really about empowering innovation that is deeply rooted in community and tradition. So we end right back where we started, with a question for you and your organization. Take a hard look at the work you're doing. Are you just executing transactions and building contracts? Or are you a partner in building a lasting, equitable, and sovereign legacy? Because that choice has never been more important than it is right now.